In 2024, global cheese production was approximately 26 million metric tons, with the United States contributing about 6.6 million metric tons, accounting for roughly 25% of the total production. In terms of consumption, the European Union led with an estimated 9.5 million metric tons in 2024, while the United States consumed approximately 6.18 million metric tons. The global cheese market was valued at approximately $194.6 billion in 2023. Cheese is rich in nutrients and can help maintain strong bones, thanks to its calcium and vitamin D content. But what are the steps of the manufacturing process? And when did people start making cheese? In a cheese factory, the cheese-making process is more complex and precise compared to homemade cheese making, as it involves specialized equipment and controlled environments to produce large quantities and maintain consistency. Cheese is a fermented product, consisting of casein in gel form, grease matter, lactic acid and mineral substances, obtained from milk. It is a product with a high nutritional value, pleasant taste, easy conservation, lower volume, and good digestibility. There are many types of cheese, but the basic manufacturing principles are the same. The process begins with milk collection and testing. Fresh milk is delivered to the factory from local dairy farms. It's stored in large refrigerated tanks to maintain freshness. The milk undergoes quality control tests for fat content, protein levels, and possible contaminants. Then the milk is pasteurized, heated to around 161 degrees Fahrenheit or 72 degrees Celsius for 15 seconds, to kill any harmful bacteria. Some cheeses use raw milk, but these are exceptions and require a more controlled process. The next step is standardization. The fat and protein levels are adjusted to ensure consistency. This may involve skimming off excess cream or adding milk solids, depending on the type of cheese being made. Specific bacterial cultures, known as starter cultures, are added to the milk to start the fermentation process. These cultures convert lactose, milk sugar, into lactic acid, which helps create the cheese's flavor and texture. The milk is held at a certain temperature, usually between 86 to 102 degrees Fahrenheit or 30 to 39 degrees Celsius, to allow the cultures to grow and acidify the milk. Rennet, an enzyme, is added to coagulate the milk, forming a gel-like substance. The amount of rennet and the temperature are carefully controlled based on the type of cheese being produced. The milk curdles within 30 to 60 minutes, forming a solid mass known as curd. Then large knives or curd cutters slice the curd into smaller pieces, allowing whey, the liquid, to start separating from the curds, the solids. The size of the cuts affects the final texture of the cheese. For example, smaller cuts result in a drier cheese. The curds are gently heated and stirred to help release more whey and firm up the curds. The temperature and duration of cooking vary depending on the cheese type. Then the whey is drained from the curds. In some types of cheese, the curds are allowed to rest in their own whey to develop flavor before further processing. Cheddaring is an optional step. For certain cheeses like cheddar, the curds undergo a process called cheddaring, where they are stacked, pressed, and cut repeatedly to expel additional whey and develop texture and flavor. Salt is added to the curds, either by mixing it directly into the curds, soaking the cheese in a brine solution, or rubbing salt onto the cheese's surface. Salt acts as a preservative, enhances flavor, and controls moisture. The curds are placed into molds, and pressure is applied to shape the cheese and expel remaining whey. The pressure and time spent in molds depend on the type of cheese. Cheeses that require aging are placed in temperature and humidity-controlled rooms, known as aging caves or ripening rooms. They age anywhere from a few weeks to several years, depending on the cheese. During aging, molds and bacteria interact with the cheese, enhancing its flavor, aroma, and texture. If you're enjoying the video so far, leave a like and subscribe to the channel, so we can continue making new videos for you. After aging, cheeses are inspected, cut, packaged, and labeled for distribution. Packaging protects the cheese and preserves its quality during transport and storage. Throughout the process, factory technicians continuously test and monitor the cheese for flavor, texture, moisture, and microbial safety to meet quality and safety standards. But when did people start making cheese? People started making cheese around 8,000 to 10,000 years ago, likely around the same time they first domesticated animals like sheep, goats, and cattle. The earliest evidence of cheese making dates back to around 5500 BCE in what is now Poland, where scientists have discovered ancient pottery with holes that appear to have been used as cheese strainers. This predates written records, so most of what we know comes from archaeological findings and educated guesses based on the tools and remnants left behind. The discovery of cheese making was likely accidental. Ancient humans probably discovered cheese when they stored milk in containers made from animal stomachs. The enzyme rennet, naturally found in the stomach lining of animals, would have caused the milk to coagulate, separating it into curds and whey. This process would have created a rudimentary form of cheese, which people found could be stored for longer than fresh milk. Cheese-making techniques likely spread throughout the Middle East and Mediterranean regions, where people adapted the process to fit local climates and available animals, such as sheep, goats, and cows. By the time of ancient civilizations like the Egyptians, Sumerians, and Greeks, cheese had become a staple food, appearing in hieroglyphics and records from around 2000 BCE. The Romans advanced cheese-making significantly, developing new varieties and spreading cheese-making knowledge across their empire. They introduced cheese to parts of Europe, where it evolved further, giving rise to many of the distinctive cheeses we know today. So, while no one knows exactly who made the first cheese, it was likely an ancient, practical discovery that eventually became an art form spanning the globe. If you liked the video, leave a like and subscribe to the channel. It would be great if you could leave a comment too.